Quite honestly speaking, I have trust on the criminal justice system and then on our judges. As we requested for 3 judges, who will accept whatever outcome we get.
Hello everybody, welcome back to this channel. Hope you're doing good. So Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya really thought the court would side with him on this urgent bid to get back to work. But the Pretoria High Court wasn't having any of it. Judge Norman Davis didn't just dismiss his application, he dismissed it with costs. That's the court's polite way of saying not only did you lose, but you must also pay for wasting our time. Now, here's the thing. Sibiya's been on the so-called stay-at-home order since July. He argued it was unfair and that it was like a suspension in disguise. But the judge saw it differently. He said, look, your salary hasn't been cut, your benefits are intact, your job security is untouched, so it's not unlawful. And honestly, that's an important point. If you've got nothing to hide, why fight so hard to rush back into the office? Most people wouldn't refuse paid leave, unless, of course, returning to work is more about power, influence, and access than just doing the job. The court also made it clear the disciplinary process and the Madlanga Commission are 2 separate lanes. One doesn't stop the other, which means Sibiya still has to face the music internally while the commission does its own digging. And while his legal team is already talking about appealing, the optics don't look good because if you are innocent, you'd be embracing every opportunity to clear your name, not dragging the system to court and losing with costs on top of it. This doesn't look like someone who's dedicated to their duty, but it looks more like someone rushing to hide the little skeletons already falling out of the closet. Because why else would you reject a stay-at-home order that keeps your salary, benefits, and job intact? All this screams panic. Please tell us what you think down in the comment section and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.
We have so many conflicting and competing priorities at the moment that we have to decide which is the best route to pursue in order to achieve my client's ultimate goal, and that is to clear his name. One of the reasons that the application was dismissed, of course, was that the court found that it was moot, the request to, or the application to the court. An appeal may very well be moot, so we may appeal, but the appeal may come out in 6 to 9 months' time when the commission has already done its work. So perhaps the priority would be to focus on the parliamentary inquiry that's coming up, as well as the commission of inquiry. That may be more effective for our ends.
So to clarify then, at this point, you're choosing to rather focus on preparing Shadrack Sibiya's testimony for the Madlanga inquiry as opposed to go on appeal, because as you say, the court had said that the matter of him being placed on leave of absence is moot because he was served with a notice of suspension. So even if you appeal, the reality is there's a notice of suspension now that has somehow overtaken the event.
Well, firstly, I must just say, when I come to perhaps disagreeing with the court, that my client has emphasized, that I do emphasize, and I wish to do so, that my client has the utmost respect for the rule of law in general and for the court's ruling in particular. Everything that is done pursuant to this ruling must be underscored by that focus and emphasis by him. The fact that it was found to be moot does not, is and of itself, then make the court's ruling or make the problem that was before the court nothing to be dealt with. We've had that case before when a person was unceremoniously removed from the country. I think it was called the Bashir case, where the Constitutional Court said that in certain circumstances it is of such national importance that the court must make a ruling on this And I believe this is one of the cases that perhaps the court may have and should have dealt with it. It didn't, and I respectfully disagree, and I respect the court's decision. But this case is of such national importance that it may have been a good idea to have done so.